How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and welcome to my video game pickups for the month of April 2020. I actually got a lot more than I was expecting, but not all of it actually showed up because of, mailing stuff. So, let's go ahead, and I'm actually going to start with something not video game related, but this is very important to me, so I thought I'd share it anyway. I got this little patch here. This is a mission patch for the upcoming Crew Dragon Demonstration Mission 2, which will be launching on May 27, barring any sort of delays for weather and stuff. This is important to me because this is going to be the first crewed spaceflight from America since the end of the shuttle program in 2011. I'm a huge space exploration fan. I've been looking forward to this mission for quite some time, and I will be live streaming myself watching, basically doing a view party of the launch on May 27 or whenever it ends up launching. So if you want to watch that with me, then be sure to tune in then. But I've been collecting mission patches for space flights for years and years and years. I've been collecting them since about 2006, I think. It's been a long time. It's been an incredibly long time since I've been able to buy a new patch for a mission. This is, like I said, the first human spaceflight from America in 9 years. So, looking forward to that mission, and I hope you guys watch it with me. Or at least that you guys, see it on the news somewhere. So, as you guys know, there is a worldwide pandemic right now. And what the United States Congress did is they made it so that every single American who earned less than $100,000 in a year gets a free $1,200. No strings attached. So I got my paycheck pretty much immediately when they were starting to be sent out, and I decided to spend a lot of it on some things that I've been wanting for games for a very long time. Where do I even start? I guess I'll go ahead and just start with the Zapper. The NES Zapper gun is a light gun for the NES, obviously, and it's probably best known for being compatible with Duck Hunt, which was, of course, the game that most people saw when they played Mario Brothers. I haven't needed a light gun for a long time because these do not work on modern displays, flat screens, LCDs, LEDs, It doesn't work on modern technology. It only works on old CRT televisions, the big tube televisions. As you guys watched last month, I got a big CRT television. So now I'm finally able to play Duck Hunt and whatever other light games came out on the NES. There's actually quite a few. So I said, you know what? I got a CRT, may as well get a light gun now. So I did. This works absolutely flawlessly, and I gotta tell you, Duck Hunt is a lot of fun. I haven't played it in over 20 years, but as soon as I plugged this in and played a few rounds, I was so good at the game I had to quit out because it would have just gone on indefinitely if I had stayed. So, I have an NES light gun now. And it is a lot of fun. It's amazing that technology that's, over 30 years old now is still super fun. It's coming up on 35 years now. That's ridiculous to think about. I guess continuing on with the NES theme, I ended up picking up a few NES games. Usually I don't do this. I don't go after specific games for consoles this old. But I've had these specific games on my mind for quite a long time now, and I decided, you know what, just going to go ahead and get them. The first one is Donkey Kong. This is a port for the NES from the original arcade game, and it's a really good port. Most of the sound effects are there, a lot of the characters, the scenes are there, like 3 out of the 4 scenes from the arcade are there. A lot of the animations are missing, but it's a 90% close port to the original arcade game. And I played the original arcade game fairly recently on a real arcade board in a real arcade. So after playing that and then playing this, I'd say, if I were a kid in the 80s and had played this in the arcade and then wanted to pick it up on the NES, I would have been really satisfied with this. So I got the Donkey Kong arcade game for NES, and I also picked up Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! This is a game that I didn't even know existed until I started watching The Angry Video Game Nerd. He played this in his Power Glove episode, I think maybe a few other places, but I don't know. I didn't know it was that big of a deal until fairly recently when I was watching oh man, was it Summoning Salts maybe, who was making a documentary on Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, and anyway, at some point, long after I was an adult, I came to find out this is actually a pretty well-known NES game, a pretty well-loved NES game, so I decided to pick it up, and like I said, on a CRT, plays even better because you don't have to worry about lag and stuff. I beat Glass Joe, so I guess I'm pretty good at it. But these two games by themselves are fairly expensive. Like, I think I ended up paying $50 for both of them combined. Not individually, but yeah, I'm a little shocked that NES games, even well-known, essentially common ones, go for that much. But now I have them both in my collection, and these are ones that I want to play all the time, so very happy to have those. Let's go ahead and just graduate right on up to the successor system, the Super Nintendo. I ended up getting a game for that as well, and again, I hunted this one specifically. Home Improvement. Now, the reason I got this is fairly simple. Home Improvement is my favorite television show of all time. It was my dad's favorite show, and I watched it a lot when I was growing up, and I have all the seasons now. He bought them all on DVD, and I inherited them after he died, so yeah. When I found out there was a Super Nintendo game based off the show, I needed to have it. This is actually an incredibly rare Super Nintendo game, but people don't actually know that it's rare. So, like, I'm willing to bet that fewer copies of this exist than Earthbound and Chrono Trigger, but I was still able to get it for fairly cheap. I mean, it is cart only. I ended up paying like $60 for it. I'm not going to bother telling you what I paid for everything here, but $60 for Home Improvement. You can see why it took me a while to go ahead and pick it up. I wish I could have gotten the instructions as well, because if you open up the instruction manual, all it says is real men don't need instructions, which is just perfect for this. And to be clear, this is not a good game. This is a very, very tough game. If you want to see how it plays, watch Angry Video Game Nerd episode on it. Well, an episode including this and many other games. It's like his Christmas wishlist compilation, I think. But that's an SNES game that I've been wanting for a while. Finally got it. I also picked up quite a few Wii U games, but not all of them are here yet. But these are the few that popped up here. So I got Call of Duty Ghosts and DuckTales Remastered, which for a while was a super expensive game because Capcom delisted the digital listing for it, so the only way to play it was the physical version, and collecting Wii U has just skyrocketed in the last 2 or 3 years. So, but they relisted it digitally, so I was able to get it for really fairly cheap. So yeah, 2 more Wii U games to add to my collection, and I'm up to 75% of the library complete for the Wii U. And I still have a few more games on the way that I'll be showing off next month. As you can see on the shelf to my right, your left, I have very close to a complete main series Pokemon game collection boxed. So I actually have every game loose already, but as you can see, I've been trying slowly over the last few years to get every single main series game complete in box. That means the box, the game, the manual, all the inserts that it came with, you know, the health and safety warnings, the Nintendo Power advertisements, the white cardboard that held the game cartridge in place, everything. I want for them to be as if they had just come out of the store, everything except the shrink wrap. So it's been a long process, and the games that I've been missing have been getting really, really expensive lately, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to take right now to try and get at least a few more of them out of the way. So I ended up picking up 3 games total that I was missing from my main series set. So I picked up 1 from each of the first 3 generations. Although I did not plan that, it just turned out that way, but after I picked it up, I was like, oh, how about that? Anyway, Pokemon Red version, Pokemon Silver version, which is my all-time favorite video game, Pokemon series or otherwise, and Pokemon Ruby version. So like I said, these have everything in them. They have the game, they have the box, they have the manual, the inserts, the warnings, everything. And thanks to these 3 boxed games, I'm down to missing only 2 total from my entire main series collection. Those are Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Leaf Green. And for some reason, Leaf Green is so expensive. I mean, I'm looking on eBay. There's not that many listings for Leaf Green Complete in Box, at least the non-player choice version, which is the one I want. And the ones that I see that are non-player's choice complete are like $200. And I'm going to just wait out the whole rest of this year and hope that it gets cheaper. I really want for Pokemon Yellow to be the final main series game that I get. It just seems sort of poetic to get a Gen 1 game as the last game needed to complete my set. So that means I've got to wait a while for a good deal on Leaf Green. I need the non-Player's Choice Edition, fully complete in box. And I don't know why it's so expensive. Zero idea. I picked up Fire Red for $80 2 years ago. You'd think that would be the cheaper version, but I guess not. I don't know. So, yeah. But once I get Leaf Green, Yellow should be a piece of cake to get. Okay, finally, let's go over the Switch games I picked up. I did get Animal Crossing. I got it several weeks later than it came out, and I'm not playing this on my channel. I'm not doing content for it. I'm just playing it on my own free time, which has turned into a few minutes every other day, not even every single day for hours on end like people do. I'm playing it on my own, at my own pace, doing what I want with zero input from anyone else, and that's making it a lot more enjoyable than if I had made it for content purposes on my channel. I also picked up Bubble Bobble for Friends, which... it looks adorable. What else can I say? Do I need another reason to get it? It looks adorable. This game you guys might be interested in. Cooking Mama Cookstar. So, Cooking Mama is a well-known Nintendo series. There was a game on the Nintendo DS. I think there was a game on the 3DS. Anyway, there's this game here on the Switch. This is going to be one of the most expensive and rarest Switch games of all time. Because the developers were not done making the game, but the publisher decided to go ahead and publish it against the developers' wishes. The developers filed suit, I think, against the publishers to say, hey, don't sell that. The publishers fought back saying, hey, we have every right to sell it. So Nintendo stepped in and said, okay, we're delisting this from the eShop, meaning the only way for you guys to play this game is to buy the physical copy like what I have. Anyway, long story short, this is a very rare game because there's only the first printing of the game. The publisher is forbidden to make any more prints, and it is not on the eShop anymore because Nintendo took it down. So the only way to play this is by buying a copy for hugely inflated prices. They go for like over $100 now on eBay. I saw this on sale for Amazon one day this month for $67, and I thought, I don't think I'll ever get it for cheaper than that, so I jumped on it. The day after I bought it, it was on sale on Amazon for $65, and I thought, I'll cancel this order, buy it again, save myself $2. The order did not cancel because they had already shipped it, so even though they gave me the option to cancel it, it didn't go through. So, essentially, I got this for $67, and this for $65. That's right, I have two copies, and this one is a completely sealed version of the game. Completely by accident, no malice on my part, but I do indeed have two copies of Cooking Mama Cookstar for the Switch, which will eventually be one of the rarest and most sought-after video games on the system, and I just think that's so hilarious. Completely by accident, I promise you. I don't know what I'm going to do with this version. I've seen people suggest that I do a giveaway of it. I've thought about maybe keeping it as an investment, which you should never do for video games. But, I don't know. I'll hold on to it for a while and see what I want to do. And the last thing I want to show off is this. This is a limited run game version of Blossom Tales: The Sleeping King. And before LRG published this was, in my opinion, the best digital exclusive game on the Nintendo Switch. This is such an amazing game. It's sort of like a Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past clone, but it has such a unique art style, memorable characters, the graphics are beautiful, the gameplay is perfect, the story is amazing. It's just such an amazing game all around. I highly recommend every single person plays this who's able to. If you have a Switch, get it. Get it digitally, because I don't know if the LRG copy is going to be that cheap, but I got it. I was very happy to pick this up. I don't get every single LRG game on release like I used to be able to. It's just too many for me to keep up with, but I did get this because this is such an amazing game. And that wraps up my game pickups for the month of April. Let me know what your favorite thing was that I picked up this month. To me, it was Pokemon Silver Complete in Box. Like I said, my favorite Pokemon game, my favorite video game of all time. And make sure that you tune in my channel later this month when Crew Dragon flies, because I'll be doing a viewing party. I'm looking forward to this a whole ton. Hope to see you guys there. I'll see you guys next month with more game pickups. Remember, I've got a lot more coming than what I showed off here. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.